Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I was going to do a rant today, but I'm going to switch it up because I happened to post on a message that was talking about the Trump accounts. They were gloating about having like 6.5 million Trump accounts that were open, blah, blah, blah. I was just being funny, and so I messaged, or I said a comment on the message myself, and stated that my daughter hasn't seen a penny of it. So, I was just being cute, but, like, you guys are gloating about how many accounts you have, but how many accounts of that is $0? So, big whoop. But yeah, anyway, so I made that comment, and then somebody wanted to essentially harass me on there and talk about how, it's only for kids born between this year and this year. Your daughter must not be between those years or whatever. And I said, yeah, that's one of 3 programs. Why don't you do some research before you go ahead and make a comment trying to act like you're smart? And they're like, what are you talking about? It's just one program. And I'm like, no, it's one account, multiple programs for that account. The Trump account is one account for each kid. But there are multiple programs. So this is going to be more of a informative, I guess, blog or vlog or whatever you want to call these things. I'm still going to rant. It's just about a different topic. So essentially, there are 3 programs. There are other things, but they're so small and insignificant that they're not like something like Nicki Minaj is giving money for certain people in certain places of the world because she was whatever. Anyway, I don't know enough about it, but I know that she's giving a little amount of money to something and other people are doing a little bit amount of money to something. But there are 3 real programs. The first one would be the $1,000 for kids that were born between years 2025 to 2028. Do not quote me on this. I know about the information. I don't have all the statistics in front of me, so don't quote me and try and rage bait me in the comments or anything like that. It's just as a general kind of area. But yeah, born between 2025 and 2028, they're getting $1,000 deposited by the government into these Trump accounts. During said talk about the Trump accounts, the Dell company, the 2 people in charge of Dell, computers, they said that they were going to donate to kids that were outside that range. They were going to donate to kids that were between the years of 2016 and 2024. They were going to give $250 to. I have not received that $250. And when I even looked into it, it said something about the first, I don't know, was it 25 million accounts that were open, Trump accounts? And this post that I had posted on was talking about how they had just hit 6.5 million or something like that. So well within the range. Apparently also with the Dell accounts, or the Dell $250 that they're giving on these accounts, it's only to certain people that are in certain zip codes that make under a certain amount of money. I couldn't give you all that information, but apparently there's a website, and I went to the website, put in my zip code, and I am supposed to get the $250. Haven't seen it. But yeah, you could go look online in Google, type in Dell 250 for Trump accounts, and it'll give you the website to where you can punch in your zip code and see if you're going to get it. So that's the second one. The third one is they're doing this 50-state challenge where every state has an adopted benefactor of some sort. And there's only been 3 states that have benefactors so far. And this thing has been going on, excuse me. This thing's been going on for a while. So like the fact that there are 50 states and only 3 got a benefactor, to where these benefactors would also donate $250 into these accounts. And there's nobody from my state. I'm not going to talk about my state, so it's not going to matter to you guys. But my state in particular does not. I'm going to assume most of you that watch this, you're not going to be in a state that has one yet either. So as a joke, I had posted talking about how, yes, I have a Trump account for my daughter. And I have talked about it on this channel. I was saying that if you guys feel like you are informed, if you feel that you enjoy my channel, if you like the posts that I make, and you want to give money to me, I don't want the money. I want my daughter to have the money so she can grow up and have money, later in life. So if you want to donate, I would want you to donate to the Trump account so that goes directly to her. There's no way for me to touch it. And I'll go on that in just a second. But I was just making a fun little post about how I hadn't even received a penny on this Trump account that opened up 2.5 weeks ago. And they talked about, instantly $1,000 was going to be for some people. I didn't qualify for that. To $250 from Dell. They said it rolled out as soon as the accounts opened. I signed up for the Trump account well ahead of time. I signed up for it back in January when I filed my taxes. So still haven't seen that $250, and I don't even know if somebody's going to be a benefactor for my state. So I don't know if I'll see anybody putting any money in that account other than myself. So, yeah. As far as me not being able to touch the money, so the Trump account is in my daughter's name. The only person who can touch it is my daughter. It is unable to have funds relinquished from it for like up until she turns 18. Once she turns 18, that account then turns into a traditional IRA account in her name. Again, everything is in her name, not my name. So the money goes directly to her. I don't get to touch it. She doesn't get to have it before she turns 18. And if she were to withdraw it like a traditional IRA account, she's going to be fined and all that kind of stuff until she's 59 and a half years old. So she can have it early, but it's not going to be worth anywhere near as much unless she turns 59 and a half. But that's on her, her life. She can do what she wants with it. And I'm going to try and push her to not do that. And I'm going to try and give her everything that she needs up to that point so she has a good retirement account and doesn't have to work her life away. But yeah, I was just trying to be cute, and somebody wanted to harass me about, oh, you don't know nothing. No, you don't know nothing because you have not gone online. You have not done your research. You do not know all the programs that are going into it. You're just a dumbass trying to look smart in front of people online. But I made you look stupid. So this is for everybody else because I did not give this guy information because that's what he was trying to search for after I told him off. He kept saying, well, why don't you tell me? Well, why don't you do your work? Why don't you actually research something? And y'all are on this video because you did some work, you did some research, and I informed you. Now, again, granted, I might not have the most accurate information, but you can go online now that you know that there is the $1,000 for kids born between 2025 and 2028. There is $250 from the Dell company for kids born between 2016 and 2024, but you have to have a certain zip code, income cap level, blah, blah, blah. So go online, do the research, find out if you qualify for that. And third, if you were in the lucky 3 states that has a benefactor to get $250 in the account, good for you. Go find out if you're in one of those states. I believe Connecticut is one of those states, but again, don't quote me on that. I just know that my state is not covered. So until that happens, that account is just waiting for people to do what they said they're going to do. And until then, I don't know. I didn't have anything else. I just want to say goodbye. Have a happy Friday, happy weekend, and you all take care.